Welcome to the North Carolina FFA State Celebration. I'm glad you've taken time to join us online this week as we celebrate the successes of our FFA members. Like many things over the past several months, our delivery this year looks pretty different. Sure, I'd love to look out on a sea of blue corduroy right now. I'd love to hear members as they answer the question in the opening ceremonies, FFA members, why are we here? But you know what? Over the past year, I've seen that sea of blue corduroy at programs, events, and conferences, and I've seen FFA members laughing together and leading together and learning together. I've heard your voices united as you've shared words of hope, encouragement, support, and love to each other. So even though we're not physically together in the same building this week, we are still together in spirit. We are still strong. We are North Carolina FFA. I'd love to share a quick story with you. On our way back from the National FFA Convention this past fall, the state officers, delegates, and state staff made a stop in Ceres, Virginia. That little community in Bland County is the home of Henry Grosclose. As you may know, Henry Grosclose is recognized as the father of the FFA. Now, the community there had created a museum complete with an agriculture classroom, a shop, a lot of FFA history and memorabilia. It was so cool. Y'all, I was like a kid in a candy shop. I was so excited. I took so many pictures. I even had my picture made with the Virginia State Historical Marker honoring Mr. Grosclose himself. As we hopped back in the vans and headed back down the mountain into North Carolina, I began to think and reflect. And you know, maybe you've had this question too. Have you ever wondered, why did this organization begin? Why did the FFA even start? Go with me back to the mid-1920s. It's just before the beginning of the Great Depression. Many people were moving into cities and the interest in agriculture and farming was diminishing. Students in rural areas didn't have the same opportunities as students in urban areas. There were many people that felt that there was about to be a mass exodus away from agriculture, our nation's foundational industry. There was a problem, and they needed to fix it. So what was the answer to that? Community. That's right, community. A community where people could come together, a community where people could learn, a community for personal growth, a community for advocacy, a community to develop young leaders, a community for fellowship and belonging. You know what the name of that community became and still is today? You guessed it, the FFA. Now I get it, there are a lot of details around the formation of our organization. I get that. But hey, that's all they are, details. The reason, the why that FFA began was because Henry Grosclose and his contemporaries, they saw a problem and they wanted to fix it. And they knew the answer was community. Does that story from almost 100 years ago sound familiar to today? As we know, over the past several months and even the past several weeks, we've experienced challenges and problems that we've never even imagined. But we've gotten through them to this point today because of that very same thing, community. Do you know what's going to get us through the challenges in the future? Community. Now, are all our problems solved? Is everything fixed? No, and I'm not naive to believe that, but I do have hope. I have faith and I have confidence. I believe that we'll work through these challenges and problems. And you know how we'll do it? Community. FFA members, what problems do you see? What challenges do you face? Now, how are you going to fix them? Better yet, how are we going to fix them? You guessed it, community. When we achieve the unachievable, when we beat the unbeatable, we succeed. And when we succeed in the FFA, we celebrate. That's the reason our community is gathered here this week, is to celebrate you. For nearly 100 years, our organization has been focused on a singular vision to grow leaders, build communities, and strengthen agriculture. This week, we celebrate that vision with you. FFA members, I want you to know I'm so proud of you for all that you've done this year to conquer the unconquerable, to face the challenges that you never imagined you would face at the beginning of the school year. I'm proud of you for overcoming. Agriculture teachers, I'm proud of the work that you've done to transform your instructional delivery to online methods in a matter of a few days. Thank you for investing in students, whether they're in your classrooms or whether they're across the internet. Students and teachers both, I'm so proud of the work that you've done to stand up for what is right. I'm proud of the work that you've done to support those in need in your schools and in your communities. That's what this organization is all about, living to serve as a community. This week, as a community, we'll celebrate your successes through recognizing winners in proficiency awards, leadership and career development events, national chapter awards, our state degree recipients, and our American degree candidates, and so much more. I can't wait for you to be inspired by the words of our 6 state FFA officers, true servant leaders. I'm so proud of the work that they've done this year to continue our mission and our vision. And I'm so proud of the work that they've done to create this virtual celebration for you. That's why we're here, for you, our community. As a former FFA member from Surrey Central High School, as a former state officer and former agriculture teacher from West Columbus High School, a former national staff member, now as your state FFA advisor, I've been very blessed to see so many levels and aspects of agricultural education and FFA. I've seen firsthand, and I know firsthand, that this organization provides life-changing experiences for its members. I've witnessed the transformative power that it provides, and I'm grateful, honored, and humbled to serve with you in our community. Let's have a great celebration this week.